Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Siti Nur Hidayah and our fellow classmates. Today, our group would like to present our final group project, which is our HB Islamic Bank. Before we start, I would like to introduce my team members, which are Nur Izzati Azwa, Muhammad Amirul Hakimi, Wan Sharafina, Wan Nurul Hanis, Nur Arifah Hanis, and I, Afifa Arif. Let's start with introduction. Informal credit market has been experiencing surge in demand nowadays, especially in Asian countries. This is common due to a lack of access to the formal credit market often experienced by the poor. So formal credit market is constituted by the government with policies, while informal ones have no such basis. One of the most evident difference between the formal and informal credit market is the vast diversification of link between lenders and borrowers, ranging from simple credit arrangements to a much more complex setting. So according to studies, the informal loan market has a role in establishing the minimum cost of funds important to private spending and saving choices in the accommodation market.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Izzati Azwa binti Nur Husni, and I will explain the history of the operation. So basically, Islamic pawnbroking, or people call as Arahnu, provide short-term loan with Sharia compliance to a person by pledging their gold or any accepted security to the banks or any Islamic pawn shop as collateral. So in Malaysia, Arahnu has existed since 23 January 1992 with the establishment of Muassasah Gadaian Islam Terengganu, and on 27 October 1993 with Yayasan Pembangunan Ekonomi Islam Malaysia partner with Bank Negara through Bank Rakyat. Besides that, the establishment of Arahnu is an alternative to conventional pawnbroking, which mostly has an interest rate which is provided in Islam. So a few banking institutions in Malaysia have implementing Arahnu for Muslims in Malaysia as an alternative to the conventional pawnbroker system that complies with Islamic Sharia. Arahnu work when pledger give their valuable item, normally gold, as collateral to the loan applied to the mutahin to the value and give actual value of the asset as a loan. So Arahnu is different from other conventional pawnbroker as Arahnu did not charge any interest rate, but they will have a safekeeping fee or profit rate only.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul Hakimi bin Musa. Okay, at ISB Bank, the Arahnu that being offered is Arahnu Facility I, where is an alternative bonding system product. The Arahnu product is a short-term financing facility which provide cash term for customer utilization in order to meet their personal consumption need. Customers are required to produce collateral in the form of gold jewelry. The type of gold that being accepted by the bank are 999, 950, 916, 875, 850, and 750. The minimum limit for Arahnu Facility I is RM100 with a daily limit of RM10,000 per customer per day. Okay, the maximum limit for this facility per customer is RM50,000. Arahnu Facility I use 4 Sharia concepts comprising the Qardul Hasan, Arahnu, Wadihiyat Domanah, and Al-Ujrah.
Now, turning to type of contract used in the Arahnu financing. There are 4 types of contract. First is Arahnu pawn. Arahnu is a way of acquiring short-term finance by pawning one's personal gold to bank or any Islamic pawn shop. It literally means pledge, and it refers to pledging a valuable item as collateral for a loan. This product uses gold jewelry as collateral for the loan. If the borrower defaults, the pledged asset will be put up for auction to retrieve the loss. Any surplus will be reimbursed to the customer, and any shortfall will be repaid. Next, I will proceed with Qard al-Hasan. Qard al-Hasan in Islamic finance term was known as an interest-free loan. Only the amount borrowed are required to pay by the borrower. Besides that, it is loans that provided to help those in need. Hasan means acceptable or excellence of good faith. Muslims and non-Muslims can now get Qard al-Hasan loans through Islamic banking service. Based on concept Qard al-Hasan, the facility is defined as a loan arrangement between a lender and a borrower in which the lender agrees to lend in exchange for collateral in the form of gold jewelry or rahnu. The lender is not obligated to ask for more money, but the borrower is free to offer a gift of appreciation. The bank is in charge of the gold safekeeping, with the assurance that it would be returned after the repayment is completed.
I will continue about the type of contract used in Arano financing is Wadiah Yadamana and Al-Hijrah. Wadiah Yadamana means safekeeping with guarantee. It refers to the transaction that takes place between the depositor, customer and the custodian bank for the safekeeping of goods or money. Acceptance and continuation of an account may be granted by the bank subject to Sharia principle and compliance with the rules and regulations by the depositor under the concept of Wadiah Yadamana. Next, for Ujrah. Ujrah is a commission or fee charged for the service rendered, and the word is taken from the word ajara, which means the general meaning of wages or remuneration. Other than that, lender can charge the safekeeping fees to the borrower to ensure the collateral items will be in a good condition. The lending institutions take precautionary measure by providing security and insurance to ensure the collateral items will be returned back of the borrower safely.
Arano facility is an Islamic pawnbroking that allows gold jewelry to be pledged as a surety against credit. The bank will grant loan to customer and retain the gold jewelry as collateral and charge fee for the safekeeping service. The gold jewelry will be valued at the prevailing market price, and however, the loan amount granted will depend on certain percentage determined by the bank and type of gold. The safekeeping period and fee is predetermined and agreed upon by both parties, which is bank and customer. So at the end of the period, the loan must be paid to the bank with its outstanding safekeeping fee, and the gold jewelry will be reclaimed by the customer. No interest will be charged, but if the loan is not repaid within the agreed period, the bank retains the right to seize and auction off the gold jewelry pledged as collateral.
So I will proceed with the Arano product features in the RHB Islamic Bank, which are the individual must be between the ages of 18 and 70. Based on the case study, No meets the criteria because she is 33 years old as a businesswoman that handled the company, and she decided to grow her business further on financing sources which are Rahnu financing. Furthermore, Arano product are short-term financing facilities which provide customers with cash terms to meet their personal use requirements. Customers are required to create gold as part of their production. The bank accepts gold in the following like 999, 950, 916, 875, 835 and 750. Based on the case study, No has 35 grams gold with standard 999 in her saving. Next is Arano minimum financing limit is 100 million Malaysia, while maximum limit is 75% of current market. Based on the case study, No did not use loan margins for her business because all the purchases are made in cash on the day of the purchase from the supplier. Moreover, RHB Islamic Bank provides 6 months to settle the safekeeping fee for the 6 months tenure. Based on the case study, Noor meets the criteria because the payment from the customer is within 6 months because she operates the business since July and expected one of the customer will pay in November, and that is less than 6 months period. I will pass to the next presenter.
My name is Ma'arifah Nisbi Dimokazir, and I'm going to share with you about the cash receipt. So, as the table show, in August 20,000 and 30,000 in cash sales. But Noor decided to accept credit sale in October, November and also December. So in October, the cash sales is 10,000 and in November, the cash sales is 11,000 and also credit sales were taken from October credit sales. So in November also, Noor received 15,000 as the payment made by one of the clients who decided to purchase a second-hand industry printing machine from Noor's Film. Last but not least, in December, the cash sales is 12,000 and the credit sales was taken from November credit sales.
Let's move on to question number 4. The amount of cash payment for each month in ringgit from August until December. Before that, we must take note that Noor takes 70% each month from total sale to buy raw material for her company. Then, Noor also rent the premises which cost Rm 5,000. Noor also have 2 employees with each one of them get Rm 1,500 each month. So after we calculate, the total for cash payment in August is Rm 22,000. Then in September, the total for cash payment is Rm 29,000. Then for October, the total of cash payment is 43,000. And for November, the total of cash payment is 46,500. And lastly, for December, the total of cash payment is Rm 50,000.
So for the question number 5, determine the amount of net cash balance for each month in ringgit from August until December. So the change in cash balance from month to month is referred to as cash flow. That is calculated by adding profit made and subtracting money expended to get net cash balance. So as we can see here, on August, the total sales is 20,000 ringgit. We minus with 22,000 from cash payments, so we get 2,000 ringgit. In September, the total net cash is 1,000 ringgit, 7,000 ringgit in October, 80,500 in November, and 10,000 ringgit in December.
Let's move to another question, which is question 6. As shown in the table, start date can be from the total sale given, while assuming is from the total net cash in each month, where each amount will be carried forward to the next month. The sum of the two will receive total financing each month. Since it is only requested in December, then the total financing needed by the firm in December is Rm 68,500.
Question number 7. If Noor can borrow the amount of financing she needs in December, calculate the amount of fees and charge she needs to pay if she borrows using Arahani financing facilities in the institutions. So the total in December is we get 68,500. The profit rate is 11.25%. The total goal is 10,270 ringgit 90 cent. So the total safekeeping fee we get 81 ringgit and 74 cent. Total amount due at maturity we get 68,581 ringgit and 74 cents. So in ISB Islamic Bank, the marhum value of 5,000 and above, the monthly safekeeping per 100 is 80 cents. So it is used for this case as the marhum value is above 5,000, which is 10,270 ringgit and 90 cents.
Now, let's look how much money can Noor borrow from RHB Bank with the gold that she has at the time being. She has 35 gram gold with a standard 999 in her saving. The market price of 99 gold currently is 291 ringgit 94 cent per gram. She went to RHB Bank, which allow her to borrow up to 75% from the total value of the pledged collateral. So with 35 gram 999 gold, the total value of her collateral is 10,270 ringgit and 90 cent, while with the maximum margin. of financing and maximum tenure institution, she will be able to borrow only 3,831 ringgit 71p.
Now I'm going to share with you the challenges that Nur might have faced if she borrow money using Aranu financing facilities. So, firstly, the challenges that Nur might have faced is lack of legal framework and jurisdiction on the governance of Aranu. Based on the research that we do, due to the protection provided by 1972 Pawn Shop Act, Malaysia traditional pawn shop institution do not have any difficulties with their pawn shop operation. Besides, no legislation or act has been discovered to guarantee the transaction in Aranu. Next is what challenges that Nur might have to face if she chooses to borrow money using Aranu financing is lack of guideline and determining the originality of marhum. Why? Because there might be a fake gold occurrence in the market nowadays. So especially when they use a gold coating, most gold machinery cannot detect lead that has been incorporated into a pure gold structure, and this issue may result in Aranu receiving several kind of gold.
Okay, for question number 9, the next point is amount of financing. What I mean by this is the loan by some Aranu come with excessively high interest rate and as well as a very pricey contract and a servicing fee. Sometimes the ability to lend up about to 90% margin and without any collateral make a loan shark is preferred over Aranu by even borrow with enough money to put up a collateral. So for example, when Nur decide to take Aranu, she must know that Aranu facility in Malaysia are going to lower the amount of financing. So for example, if Nur pawn a gold which 999 gold which is said to be rate at 292 ringgit 0.78 per gram, that means she have about 10,230 cents in her saving. So if the Aranu company take about 80%, only give 80% of the value from the value of the marhun, that means the Nur only got about RM 8,197 ringgit 0.84 cent from her original gold price, which means that the Aranu company take 20% of the gold price for the company.